You know, I want another chance to prove that, you know, I'm Hell's Kitchen material. I want another chance to give people an opportunity to come and taste my food, you know. Like, I really want, my goal, like, what my goal would be is to get this GoFundMe going, get my food truck going, and then go on a tour from, you know, West Coast to East Coast, and just like hit up
all the fans.
Yeah, you know, the fans of Hell's Kitchen. Like, anybody who wants to try my food, this is where I'm going to be. You know, thank you for helping me get here, and you know, I think I really want to reach out that way. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, so that'll be awesome, and I'm sure we'll want to help Mike, and that'll be really cool. So someone's asking, and I have a couple more questions in mind. We'll go into this one. By Lionheart 810, I always wondered if Hell's Kitchen was scripted, especially the challenges where it was always a tie down to just that last dish to decide. Do you feel that it was scripted, or was it actually just how the challenges ended up working themselves out?
I think that it's deeper than that. I don't think it's like scripted. I think that these producers are like on a deep psychological level where they know like who they're putting up with, like who they're putting up against, who, what their strengths and challenges are. Like, I don't feel like it's scripted in a sense that like the contestants are being like led through a certain way, but I think in the background that I think the producers know it's going to happen just from experience, and I think that there are so many cameras and so many angles that they just like capitalize upon any situation that comes up during, you know, and then they go back and edit. But you know, as far as like the biggest things I would be looking for would be like days out of order from when they filmed them, and I can remember on my season at least, like it was all in order. They weren't really like monkeying around. Yeah, I would have to say it's a pretty consistent like view and like representation of what's happening.
So another comment, it's by Jules. It says, how odd he looks exactly the same, yet extremely different than he did on season 1, 2005. Another one said, I loved Michael Ray. This is from Yassine, French. I loved Michael Ray so much on his season of Hell's Kitchen. He was such an incredible, amazing chef, and he was such a cool, down-to-earth guy who just seemed to be a really nice guy, and I feel sorry for him now. I feel sorry for him how his life has turned out, and I hope he eventually gets back on track. So that's a nice comment. So what do you got to say to that?
You know, I hear that about, you know, they feel sorry for how my life has turned out, you know, and like I just refuse to see it that way. Like all these, you know, all the crappy things that have happened have just turned me into an awesome, like, have given me a great perspective in life. Really, like, you know, you can either take all the crappy things life hands you and mope about it, and it's such a cliche saying this stuff. It truly is. You know what I mean?